Hello, Jimmy from Hairy Campers again. We're at a lovely spot, Ophir. You've just seen we've got toilets, we've got a good camp area, there's a couple of barbecues, wonderful water, absolutely wonderful water. A little bit later on, I'll take you up into that area up there, and there's two old gold mines that you can walk into. So we'll go up and have a look at those. Probably the highlight of any visit here. It's reasonably safe. There's no signs to say you can't go there, but you just got to always remember that there is risks no matter what you do. Okay, the main reason why we're here today at Ophir is because of this. This is our Black Series camper. Now we brought this in May 2019. Now it's about $9 grand for as it sits there. Now for an extra $1,999 you can get about $8,000 worth of extras. Look, at the end of the day, do yourself a favour, because it's worth it. It's worth every cent that you could ever possibly spend. I'll give you a rundown on what we got, for what you get for $1,990. And to go and buy it yourself is just stupidity, because it'd be $8,000 or $9,000 worth. So we'll move in. The first thing we'll look at is on the side here. If you notice on the side, you can see there's a lot of dust. We just come across a dusty road. You can see that dust there by me drawing a line on the side of the door. But because of these seals here, and this isn't just this door, this is every door of this camper, no dust. No dust at all. Right, so if you buy a fridge that'll fit in this. I bought a fridge that was probably too big, and it is too big because it won't fit in here. So we use this as a cupboard now. So if you bought a fridge that was that big, you'd be laughing. The rest of it you could use for cupboard storage or whatever. We use it mainly for cupboard storage now because our fridge is too big. But our fridge goes in the back of the mighty Jeep. So all the locks are simple, push down to close, and you can lock them. There's no worries with that. Moving on to the next lot, which is these ones here, same thing again, push the button, they release. It's only a very small drawer, but these are some of the things you get with them. There's a LED light system, worth its weight in gold, about $100. Now the tyre repair kit, it's about $200, maybe even more. The tyre pressure gauge, I know they're $100. So far you're up to $200 and it's only in one drawer. Same thing again, locks down real easy. When you come to this door here, this one here, there's a glass mat battery, $500–600 worth. Then all your control panel is here. So that's your master switch. When you switch your master switch on, everything comes on. So you can see there's 100% power and we have 50% water. So your water tank underneath is connected to that there. This part here is an onboard charger that stays there all the time. Just in that area there, that area alone there is nearly $1,000 worth. Bear in mind, we only paid $1,990. Moving along, around the back is the kitchen. Now, there's no shower in the kitchen or anything like that, but at the end of the day, you are out camping. So, you've got a fairly big area that you can work with. The Alpha, which is this model, hang on, I'll order up. The Alpha comes with a water pump. It's a godsend, absolute godsend. You don't have to pump, you just turn the tap on and the water comes out. Just runs out and runs down. It holds about 80 litres of water. Stainless steel tank, that's part of the $1,990. Most important thing is that you unhook your water supply back where it came from. Now, like I said before, look how much dust we've got on the back here. Look at the dust there. Inside, no dust. No dust at all. That just goes to show you that these seals here work very well. Right, recovery hooks, that's part of your $1,990. This here is pure sine wave inverter, 1,000 watts. Everything on this camper runs on 12 volts, so we've got a generator that we can charge our batteries with. It goes to the battery charger and charges the batteries. Like I said before, great seals, no dust. Another drawer, I went out and brought some more lights because that's how I know how much they are. They're $94 each. That's a long strip of LED lights. That's how come I know how much they are. We put, believe it or not, I can't get this one. No. We put another series of batteries in there. They're a deep cycle. There's 4 in there. They're only about the size of a motorcycle battery. The reason for that is if we do one, it's easy to replace one, not have to replace a whole lot of it. That's all isolated, so we can isolate those batteries from the other batteries. Giant size toolbox up the front. We carry numerous pieces of gear in there. As you can see, same thing again, really good seals, no problem. Now, the only modification that we had to make was the battery, and just here we put in what they call a extension nut or a thread nut to make this longer, because these gas cylinders that you get from Swap and Go are all different sizes. So you might think that one there fits very well without the thread nut, but this one doesn't. Here we put in a set of gas struts because I like to leave the boat rack on there. The boat rack makes great roof rack for the camper. So you pull 2 pins out, you stand up on here, you lift this up here, and it folds over with the assistance of the gas struts and sits at one level. You just prop either end, and then you've got another rack again that you can stack things on, especially if you're trying to stay away from ants and rats and stuff like that. 2 20-litre containers, very good, real good. So at the end of the day, like I said, do yourself a favour and get the $2,000 worth of gear. It's worth every cent of it. $1,990 to be exact, but it's worth every cent of it. This trailer has independent suspension on it with 4 shock absorbers and 2 coil springs. Our first trip, we went away in September, August last year, and we went up the Putty Road and it pulled beautiful. No problems, the brakes work well, cornered well, done everything. By the time we got to Inverell, it was the next morning, and it was very, very daunting to put this thing up because we put the whole camper up. The only thing I can say is patience is paramount. You must have a lot of patience because everything does fit and everything does go in the spot it's supposed to go into. So after Inverell, we then went to a place called Mudjimba, and it's up in Queensland. Caravan park we went to up there, Mudjimba. Beautiful spot right on the water. Same thing again, we put the whole thing up. We'd learned a lot of lessons at Inverell that made things a little bit easier. For us, but it was still a little bit difficult. We learned a great lesson. We had the outside poles just a little bit too high, which caused the water to pool in the middle of the annex. The only thing that leaked was the annex. The living area, bedroom, or the main part of the camper, no water whatsoever, dry as toast. It was great. After that we went to Toowoomba. So packing it up again wasn't that difficult. It was pretty easy really. And then when we got to Toowoomba, we was greeted with massive winds up there, gusts up to 60 kilometres an hour. But we got there in the afternoon. That was a godsend, because basically what happened was because the wind had dropped a bit, we put it all up. All the lessons that we'd learnt was in our favour. We put a couple of guide ropes on it this time. We didn't have many on it before. Put some guide ropes on it, and we had some massive winds the next day. They blew tents over, blew them flat on the ground. They blew tents away. Campers that were camping in tents weren't real happy at all. But anyhow, the Black Series camper stood up. We was asleep in it and it shook all night, but nothing fell to bits, nothing blew away, and nothing fell down. It was great. So after that, we packed up again, which was easy. It was real easy by this time. We got it right. We then went to Ballina. We got to Ballina, beautiful on the water. Set up there, just the camper by itself. Probably took us half an hour. A little bit of assistance from a fellow camper who had a caravan next door to us. He supplied a light for us, made it great. Got up the next morning and had a walk around Ballina. Beautiful spot, absolute gorgeous spot. Reflections, Caravan Park, Ballina. Cross the bridge, cannot say enough about the place. Packed up again the next morning, left Ballina, long drive all the way down to Tuncurry. Stayed at Reflections again. Really, really good people. I can't say enough about Reflections. We only put the camper up by itself again. The only thing I did was at the back, I put a tarp in this area out over the cooking area with a tent peg in the middle of it just to hold it up, and that was sufficient to do the cooking and whatever else you wanted to do. Look, the next morning we packed up and we went home again, back to Orange via Cessnock. As far as I was concerned, after all that time with the Black Series, and don't get me wrong, the first time you put it up, think what you got yourself in for, but at the end of the day, it was worth every cent of it. We now are quite confident we can take it anywhere in Australia. Caravan park in the middle of nowhere. We have a generator, we have the inverter, we have the batteries, we have water, we have spare tyres. Everything we need, we are self-sufficient. We can work off the grid if we have to.